welcome back to my home. Today, I have no idea what we're doing. Today is just gonna be a mix of taking down fall, putting some Christmas up, and to be honest, I have no plan. Let's just sit down and chat a minute. Okay, so the reality of this past month has been basically just unexpected. I'm feeling very weird this season, putting up my Christmas decorations. It's always been like tradition for me to just put up my Christmas decorations very early. I've been that way my whole life. I would put my Christmas decorations up in October when I was younger, if it were up to me. I mean, today is October 31st, so nothing's really changed. Normally, I'm very ready for it. This year, I'm like not feeling it, and it almost feels wrong to decorate, which is just very weird, and I'm like not knowing how to feel about it. But the reason is because I was in Florida for about 2 weeks, like the whole second half of October basically, and we were there because my grandma was in the hospital. She was sick, and she did end up passing away. And so thank you guys so much for everyone who has commented about just praying for our family and all of that. It really is very special and meaningful to know that there's other brothers and sisters in Christ that are just there praying for you. That's what's awesome about the body of Christ. But with that, I left in October and we were still having like 80-degree weather. And so it felt very much like summer. My garden was still up, and then I came back and it was cold. And then it was like time to decorate for Christmas. And so I'm like, I feel like I just skipped fall. And so it feels a little bit wrong to pull it down. So I'm kind of conflicted at the moment. But the leaves are finally starting to change. Like, we just had a very late fall this year, and I was gone for it. So it's just kind of weird. But my husband encouraged me this morning because I'm like, do I even decorate? Like, I know it's tradition to do it today, but like I don't really feel it. And he's like, just do it. You'll regret it if you don't. And sometimes feelings come after actions, not before. So I think that I'll love it once it's up. So maybe if any of y'all are in the same boat, you can kind of relate to that. But I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, so we're gonna be cheerful and jolly. And I listened to Christmas music while I got ready this morning to really get myself in the mood. Literally driving home from Florida, all we did was listen to Christmas movies in the car. We have our Christmas mug out, so let's get started.
Oh, and the hair too. Get a good shot of the hair.
We both have really bad bedhead. I told him though before he goes to his job that he's gonna go do today for a few hours. I asked if he would get all the bins and do the heavy lifting for me. Those can probably stay because those are ornaments.
Okay.
I don't foresee us doing the tree today.
Okay.
But that bin.
Oh, that's heavy.
That's why I have you. I think it's only right that we make today's coffee in a Christmas mug. That one will do. I'm already so excited to go through all this because I got this over the summer, I think, or spring, and just stuck it in here, and that happens sometimes, and I forget because it's new. So it's fun to go through all this. Also, I think we need to declutter because it is not right that we have 4 bins. That bin is fall, but there's extras, and this isn't even any of the tree stuff. That's bad. That's bad, babe.
Super bad.
Our house is only 1,000 square feet.
No.
That is
No can do, muchacho.
too much. But also, I think I love it all. We'll see. I'm gonna do things a little bit differently today and start in our bedroom. Normally I save this for last because there's not really like much decorations in here. But I'm so excited this year because I thrifted a Christmas quilt, and we've never really had like very many Christmas decorations in our bedroom, just like a couple of pillows. But we're gonna have a straight up grandma Christmas bed, and I can't wait. So I want to get our sheets washed, get everything refreshed, and then we can make the bed up, and it'll be so cute. So I've decided on a plan. You ready for this? I'm gonna take the items that I know exactly where they go and are just like a swap out. For example, this wreath right here, I have a little hanging Christmas banner that I put right there. I'm just gonna swap out the things that I know need to switch. You know what I mean? Because the thing that was stressing me out this morning when I was preparing myself for decorating was like the mantle and the top of my hutch in the kitchen. I was like, I have no plan for that. And we were here last Christmas, and I was like, oh, no worries. I definitely took pictures. I'm confident I took pictures of how I decorated last year. I cannot find them anywhere. So maybe I didn't, maybe they got deleted, maybe they're on my husband's phone. I don't know, but I can't find them. And so that kind of threw my plan out the window of just relying on my past self. So I'm gonna kind of have to make everything up again. And I'm like, I don't have the brain capacity and I'm not prepared to do that. So we're just gonna do our simple swaps to get things rolling. So let's do that. And we'll tidy as we go. Guys, this is just real life. And this is how I'm feeling today. So I'm sorry that that's what you're getting. But I'm glad you're here. The first thing that I want to declutter out. I've had this blanket for years and years, and lately it's just been living in a bin. So I never pull it out each year, and I always save it. Like, I rationalize, and I'm just like, you know, it's good to have blankets. You never know if you're gonna need something or if somebody's over and they want an extra blanket or whatever, but we have plenty of extra blankets. At this rate, I just keep crocheting more. So I think I'm just gonna finally bite the bullet and get rid of this, because it's not really like the style that we decorate for Christmas. And it's hard because I love plaid. Like, I can't pick one Christmas style that I like, but it's not the one that we're decorating with. So I think I just need to get rid of it and it'll be fine. This is the blanket right here that I just made. So if y'all are into crocheting and want a blanket tutorial, then I just posted one. It'll be just on the main part of my channel, and it's made of willow granny squares, and it took me like probably a month and a half to make, which for me is like really, really good. But I had y'all keeping me accountable, and I was posting about it every single day. So I'm happy to add this to our Christmas collection, but it's also a fall blanket. That was the original intention, but I think it definitely still works for Christmas. So I'm happy to add this to our blanket rack. Alrighty, I think next, let's do the coffee table. because we're here. Okay, I just grabbed a couple of little tchotchkes. I think I've said this before. Sorry, I feel like my head's very close to the camera. I feel like I've mentioned this before in some other decorating videos, but I really love just having like little vignettes for each season and then just basically swapping it out for that season's version, if that makes sense. So like this little thing, cute, but like I'm just gonna swap this picture frame for this picture frame, and then I'll probably leave the candle because that's cute, and then just swap this for like another little something or other, you know what I mean? So then it kind of just helps you each year not have to like completely reinvent the wheel for every little space that you have. It's like, if you know you like a picture frame right there, just change out the frame or change out the picture. Or if you know that you like a little figurine there, change it out for, you know, a floral thing, to a pumpkin thing, to a Christmas thing, if that makes sense. So I just like to do stuff like that. I don't know if that's cheating, but you know what? It makes your life a little bit easier each year, and I don't think you need to spend all your brain power on just decorating. I think that you need to enjoy the stuff and not stress yourself out. And maybe you don't stress yourself out about that kind of stuff, but I do. And I want it to be like perfect, and if I can't figure it out, then it stresses me out. So I like to just give myself easy wins. I think I want to change out this picture to something else. I don't know what, but I don't know. Sometimes I find it weird to just have pictures of me and my husband everywhere in the house. Does anybody else feel that way? Because it's like we're the ones that live here. We know what each other looks like. Why are we having pictures of ourselves? I don't know. Does anybody else feel like that too? So I feel like I want to change this picture out, but I don't know what to. Onto the dining table. Always kept our salt and pepper shakers on the table just because, I don't know, I thought it would be cute and helpful, but to be honest, we never use these, and so they're kind of just there. So I think I'm just going to put these away and bring them out if we need them or when we're hosting. Like, they always have to be a part of the decorations, and I think it's just clutter, so we're going to put these in the cupboard. Okay. The more I film videos, the more I realize how much of an external processor I am, which is funny. My mom gave me all of these, and they match with our decorations, specifically these do, and I like them. They're kind of these like poinsettia table runners. Can you all see that? I also have this one that I bought many years ago, and I've hardly used it because, like, once Nehemiah and I got married, we bought some Christmas stuff, and it was very much like a fancier Christmas, like gold, cranberries, like an emerald green, more of like a Victorian kind of fancier Christmas style, which I do like. But personally, I also tend to run kind of like country, farmhouse, primitive, and kind of this like more rustic vibe. And so I really love this table runner, but I haven't used it because unlike all of our other decorations, it just feels like it competes. And so just let me know, do you guys think that they can mix, or is that just conflicting? Because I don't know, like, these are just things you don't think about before you have a house. And I do this table runner, I actually do it this way because our table's too long that it would end up being not long enough for the table. So I run mine this way. It's almost like a belt for the table. I don't know, I really like that. Even like our furniture is more Victorian, like very curvy. All of our furniture is like very curvy rather than like farmhouse craftsman where it's like very straight lines and blocky like this leans to. I don't know what to do. Because I really like this. I like this more than I like this, but this matches all our other decorations. And I do remember that last year we had our reindeer on here. I love these guys. They are so pretty. Like, see how that's much more ornate? Let me show you better. Y'all see that? See how that's much more ornate and it's like the deep rich cranberry with the gold, the poinsettia. Like it just, this is more the vibe, right? Rather than burlap plaid. But I like burlap plaid. Ugh. I don't mind it. I feel like I need to try both. But I actually think I like the plaid one better. Because it's like I'm putting it right over the design. I'm gonna just do the plaid and do what I like, and who cares if it doesn't match? It's my house. Okay, I think that's cutie patootie. I like that. I'm sorry, it's very backlit for you. I do think I'm gonna give these ones back to my mom because she gave me these placemats along with those table runners and I just straight up don't like these. And these were hers. She didn't like buy them for me. They were hers that she's had forever. She hasn't used them either, so. Poinsettias really just aren't my favorite on like by themselves. I don't know. Maybe my taste will change one day. All right, y'all, I'm scared for this, but I think it's time to do the mantle. I really like how this whole layout turned out. I think it works with like the corner fireplace, and it's the first arrangement of decor. It's the first arrangement of decor that I've liked on this mantle. So I'm wondering if I can kind of do the same thing where I just do swaps, but the thing that will change is I do have a garland. And that's gonna really take up a lot of this space because this mantle's not, you know, it's a normal mantle. It's not super deep. So that'll take up a lot of space. I also don't have pictures for Christmas. I could print more. I would love to not because I have so many decorations already. I would love to not spend money. But I don't know that I have things that are super tall like this, so I mean, if I have to spend 20 bucks on pictures, it's not the end of the world, but we'll try to not do that first. And our stockings are gonna go on the mantle. I love our stockings. We got these several years ago at Target. I just think they're very unique. One day when we have kids, I could see us keeping these, but I would love to get our kids like the very classic embroidered ones with their names on it. We had those when I was growing up, so I'd love to do that for our kids one day, but we'll see. I just put in like the two corners right here, just to add some pizzazz. And then every year we have this tradition of getting an ornament that kind of symbolizes the year or like a big event that happened that year or something. And we haven't picked this one out, this year's ornament out yet. It's just kind of been a weird year. I don't know. We always hang that year's ornament on this little hook right on the corner of the fireplace to display, and then the next year it gets added to the tree, and then the new one gets displayed. So we still need to pick out the ornament for this year. I don't know what it's gonna be. I told Nehemiah, I said we should get like a going out of business ornament because like that's the biggest thing that happened this year is I closed my business. Nothing like super grand that's exciting and happy has happened. It's just kind of been a steady year of life. I don't know. Okay, I kind of played around by myself and got some stuff up here, and I think I like it. Neither of those are actually Christmas pictures. So this picture right here is from Nehemiah's grandparents' house, and I just really love the picture. And it's not Christmassy at all, but because of how old it is and how like yellowed it is, I feel like it kind of goes, like it blends, you know? And then this picture we had with all our fall stuff, and I could change that picture. But overall, just how it's sitting with like the orientation of everything and like the actual objects I like. And I think it looks good. I think that if I were to add anything else, it would be way too much, but if I take anything away, there's too much white space on the wall. So I think we're gonna leave it at that. And then coming over here, it's very simple. It's just the garland and then some candles. I will probably burn those so that they're not like a brand new white wick on top. Like when I look at this whole thing with like the color of the wood and the brick and the brass on the fireplace with like the red berries, it's just so classic and I love it. All right, next up, switching out the mugs. I'll leave Nehemiah's mug in there because this is like one of his only mugs that's his, and it fits for Christmas, I'd say. This is Nehemiah's Joy mug, which he loves very much. Red and white polka dots. Oh, this is my favorite Christmas mug. It's just a polar bear holding a little spruce tree. I love it. Noel mug. Does everybody remember when the red truck was like the thing at Christmas time? Yeah. I was a fan. This one. I don't think it's actually Christmassy, but I pull it out with my Christmas stuff. Because it's got gold stuff on it. I would love to have more cabinet space. Now we gotta put those away, and then we're gonna move on to this hutch back here. So we harvested everything from our garden because we were starting to get frost, and so we just have like vegetables everywhere. Over on the floor here, I have 2 big bowls of tomatoes and a box full of peppers. And then we just have all our spaghetti squash just chilling on the shelves. So I'm gonna move these to the pantry. So on the floor here, I just have a pile of some things that I think I want to use up on the shelves. And I remember that last year on this recipe book holder, I had this book opened up to a picture that I liked. There's like recipes and just like crafts and all kinds of stuff in here, so I thought I would try to find a pretty page that we can open up to. I think we had it on this one last year. Cranberry shortbread. I would never eat it, but it's very cute. There's also like pretty landscapes. Ooh, that one's cute. But we're in the kitchen, so I feel like it needs to be a recipe. All right, let's do that. And then we have this Christmas tree rolling pin that my sister-in-law got me. Just put that there. That's cute, I think. I'm gonna change out some of these books, like this pink sourdough book. I'm gonna take that one away. Just put it in here. And then I have this picture, this First Noel little hymn page, and I actually made this. So this is just a frame, and then I took a picture, or I somehow printed off a little picture of like the actual hymn page, and then I tea stained it to make it this aged color. So, and it makes it wrinkly because it gets wet. So I thought that was a fun DIY. I did that, I don't know, when I was in high school at some point. So up there, sorry, I'm kind of bebopping around as I'm doing this, but that picture I'm also wondering if I could keep. It's definitely more fall, but I mean, in reality, most of the time, it's not like a perfectly white, snow-covered day. A lot of times in the winter, at least where I'm at, the trees are dead, it's brown, and that's winter. So I feel like that could work, you know, like if we pizzazz it up with some other Christmas stuff, that could at least be like a background to give us some height, because I don't really have anything else. So I could maybe even just like layer this up there and kind of cover some of the picture. It's a thought, it's a thought. Maybe I'll keep this here for now. I also have this little thing. I don't know if the battery's... Wow! I didn't think that would work. Do you all know how old this is? This is from the Target dollar spot. That battery is doing a good job. That could also go up there. So maybe, let's just start at the top. Let's start up top. Alright, I remember last year I had this up here. Remember how I was saying how we chose stuff that's like very fancy? And then that's very farmhouse? These things might not work together. And then I had these two deer up there last year, this gold one and then this like red velvety one. What to do with that sign. We could always put it in Nehemiah's office. He's the one that really liked this one. This like velvet green is his color. So we could always put it in his office if it doesn't work with what's going on here. trying to mix country and glam, and it's not working well. Alright, this is one of those moments where I don't know if it looks good or bad, so I'm gonna wait until Nehemiah gets home, and I'm just gonna leave it like this, and then see what he thinks. Because I'm like, I think I like it, but I don't know. I don't know if it just looks like there's a bunch of crap up there, so we're just gonna call it good for the time being. And then I've left the top and the middle shelf the same. And then I think I'm just gonna do that. I like the cookbook and the rolling pin, and then I'm just gonna leave that dish there. This will be a candle at some point, but haven't made candles yet. So I think we're gonna call that good. And I'm gonna put this back where it was. All right, moving on. Right here I just did a picture swap. So this was up here, swapped it out for this one. And this is the first time that I've ever hung this one up. I got this 2 summers ago, and so I never hung it up last winter. I got it at like a church rummage sale type of a thing, and I think it's hand-drawn. I just think it's so precious. It's different than anything that I really have in our house, but it says Little Winter Friends, and it just looks like it's hand sketched. And I thought that was really cute. So more winter than Christmas, but I'll definitely keep it up all season. I got the lights plugged in. I want to get like a hook or something to pull this and hide it under there, and then tack this. Ugh, if I only had 4 hands to like hold that up next to the corner so that it doesn't look like there's just wires hanging everywhere, but for now, that's what it's doing. So pretty. Okay, now is time to set out the nativity, and I normally put that on our entry table. And I think I might want to get rid of that lamp because we never use it. I would love a lamp here, but I just don't trust this one. The light bulb gets super, super hot, and it's an LED bulb, so it shouldn't be getting hot, but I think that the lamp is just so old, and I just don't trust the wiring, and so I never use it. It's so cute though, which makes me sad, but no point in having a lamp sitting here if I'm not going to use it. I got this nativity at Hobby Lobby, and I really, really like it. It took me, 1 second, a little bit of time to find one that I liked. I wanted it to be neutral just because there's so much going on with Christmas decorations that I didn't want like a super colorful nativity. And then also, this one doesn't have any angels, but sometimes when nativity scenes, well, most of the time, all the time, when there's nativity scenes and there's angels in it, they're girls and they have wings. They make them look like fairies. And it's like, guys, angels are warriors in the Bible, and they're always men. So why do we have girl angels that look like fairies? Also, the baby is always blonde, and we know that Jesus is from the Middle East, and they're all brunette, brown-eyed people. So, not blonde hair, blue-eyed. This one has a brown-haired baby Jesus, so it's more accurate, you know? Cute. I like it. It's time! I'm so excited! Ugh. Man, having a just decked out Christmas bed, like that's next level. I'm sorry. It's next level. And I'm so here for it. We got this thrifting earlier in the summer, I think. I was actually looking for a fall quilt at the time, but found this one, and I'm like, okay, I'll take it. It's not a real quilt. It is just printed on, and then there's like, you know, quilted seams all throughout, but these are not actually like squares. It's just a printed pattern. But you know what? I'll take it until I can find a legit quilt. This will do. And you know what? This is actually kind of thin, so I'm wondering if I should get my just like white comforter and put it underneath it, because we might still be cold, but we'll try this out. See if we need some extra fluff or not. The only thing is that these shams that I have, I feel like are so new looking that they kind of mess with any quilt that I put on our bed and kind of like just don't go with it, but it's all I have at the moment, so that's what we're working with. Alright you guys, that is it for today's video. Honestly, it was a hodgepodge, but it was real, and I do feel so much better, and I'm happy that the Christmas decorations are up because these warm glowing lights are just making me so happy. And it's already getting dark. It's 2:30 and it already seems like it's getting dark outside, so I'm happy that it's cozy in here and we're ready to welcome in the Christmas season. I'm hot and sweaty from working, but thank you guys so much for watching this video. There's so much stuff to come. I have so many video ideas and just can't wait to share them with you. If you are into homemaking, homesteading, even though we live in a neighborhood, crochet, home decor, making food from scratch, gardening, all that jazz, that is everything that we do over here, so definitely subscribe if you're interested in that kind of thing, and that personally would really help me and support me, and so I would appreciate that. But thank you guys, and is it too early to say Merry Christmas? I don't think so. Bye!